Good morning and welcome to week 27, I believe it is. And this is going to be a little different video today. I'll just go ahead and do my poses and then do my little weigh-in, and then I can get to talking. This week was quite different. Okay, whoops, I'll get that in a little bit. So, progress is slowed down a little bit. Not much, it's just going to change up a little. And I will explain why that is. So, alright, let me go do the weigh-in, and then I'll go from there. Alright. There you go. 157.2. Okay. Alright, so you see I'm at 157.2, which means I'm up 1.2 pounds since last week. Not a big deal, actually. It's kind of a good thing. What I can get at is I've been feeling a little off lately, and I've had more dizzy spells. I've like a couple weeks ago, or no, I guess probably about 3 weeks ago by now, I had a pretty bad one where I was laying in bed and just the room just would not stop spinning, and I didn't really think too much of it. I was just gonna try to, rest and deal with it. Take my wife was home so she can watch the kids, and if there's a problem I can always talk to her. And that went on for like a few hours before the room stopped spinning on me. And then this past Tuesday I woke up in the morning and was having some lightheadedness and not really spinning, but feeling like I was about to black out. And a little difficulty breathing. And so I tried to deal with it for a couple hours until I called my family, because I was watching my kids, my wife was at work, and my oldest had school canceled because it was too cold outside. And so I was like, well, I'll call my family up and be like, I might need you to come over and watch the kids while I probably have to go to the hospital, because the symptoms weren't really calming down and stuff like that. So I let them know, and they're like, okay, we'll start getting around, we'll be on our way. And then I called the doctor's office just to be like, what should I do? Give you a heads up on what's going on. And so they made me an appointment that day, but they're like, if symptoms get worse, then go straight to the ER. It's like, alright. Well, the whole time I was on the phone, I felt like I was going to pass out. So, and I kept feeling like I was going to get closer and closer, and I ended up talking to my oldest son and explaining to him, like, okay, here's how to access my phone, here's how to call 911 in case you see Daddy and Daddy's asleep and won't wake up. Not a very fun conversation to have, but something I needed to make sure he understood and get ready, just in case. And so, a few minutes goes by or whatever. Call my family up just to kind of get an update on where they're at, because I'm not doing well at all. And they haven't quite left the house yet. Pardon me. And so I was kind of like, I'll probably go ahead and call 911 just so that way somebody's here to watch over me until you guys come here, and then you can take me to the hospital. Because I did not want to ride by ambulance and I have to pay that fee. So, anyways, went ahead and called firefighters, paramedics, and all that. Showed up. He was not doing well. Shaking like crazy. Little difficulty breathing. Of course, that was the main focus because it's a higher priority than everything else. But the real problem with me was with dizziness. Like, if I sat down, it got worse. And if I laid down, it got way worse. So I was always walking and just kind of standing around trying to deal with it the best position that I could be in. And so ended up going to the, they convinced me to go ahead and transport me while they had a couple of guys stay behind, watch my kids until my family showed up to take over. Like, okay. So not really a fun day so far. You know, I was texting my wife, letting her know what's going on. She eventually got off work and headed to the hospital as well. I was there for a few hours. They did all these tests and stuff, and didn't really find anything wrong. Over time, like, I was getting more stable. Wasn't really getting all that lightheaded as bad. Still really weak and all that kind of stuff. And they couldn't understand what was going on, but they said just go ahead and do a follow-up appointment with your primary doctor and go from there. And so what we have here is you can access your records and stuff online if you have a profile, your own portal and stuff. And so I don't think I checked it that night. I think I checked it the next morning because I was curious. I'm like, well, okay, they run some blood tests. I'm curious on what they got. Obviously, like when they did my vitals and stuff, my heart rate, my blood pressure was like pretty high for quite a while. Surprisingly, I was moving air just fine though. So the difficulty breathing could have been anxiety. I don't know. But yeah, it was like I think it was Wednesday. Maybe, I don't know. It was either Tuesday night or Wednesday. I checked my portal and pulled up my records. And I looked at the numbers and I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem too bad. Well, I've been a clinical patient because of my pacemaker for like the past 4 years. And so all my other records were there as well. So I started checking all them. And I noticed something. That all my numbers from my clinical studies were very consistent. Like, it was crazy. Like, even though I was eating unhealthy, I was living unhealthy, all the numbers were very good and very consistent throughout the entire time. Now, I think I have been, like I mentioned before, I've been calorie counting, and I've been restricting myself on my calorie intake. But I've been, for the most part, eating healthy. But I've wondered if perhaps I've been not putting enough healthy stuff in my system, and am I actually being malnourished? And looking at my numbers online kind of confirmed that, because, like, again, all my numbers were very consistent, and then I checked my numbers from Tuesday, and there's a big drop in my white blood cell count, which was actually below the range it's supposed to be in. The red blood cell count dropped a lot, and my platelets. So, even though they weren't really a concern for the doctors at the time and stuff, they probably didn't compare it to my other previous numbers. And it looks like I may have made myself a little anemic. So that's my take on this. Now, I have an appointment on Thursday to go see the doctor, and I'll leave it to the professionals to actually, say what they think is actually going on. But from my understanding, this makes sense that I could be feeling just fine for a long time, but how this anemia thing works when you've been malnourished or not getting proper nutrients in your system is one day it's just going to hit you hard. And I think my day was Tuesday. So that's what I think happened. I sacrificed balance for faster results. So kind of admitting to that I was following this app I have, and it'll give you the recommended calories for your age, height, weight, and all that kind of stuff, and like how quickly you want to reach your goal. And on average, I'm supposed to lose about 2 pounds a week, according to the app and stuff, which off and on, that fluctuates, as you know, through the videos. Well, December was a pretty bad month for me. So far this year hasn't been that great either. So my average calorie intake, which I don't feel proud admitting, is probably around 1,100 to 1,200 a day. That's pretty low. And there's been some days I've eaten less than 500. Not intentional, but, you know, stuff happens. I'm not a stress eater. That's a big problem. So if the world is like bearing down on my shoulders, I'm not hungry. I can't eat. So, and I mix that in with my heavy workout that I started doing, which I have not done this week. Like when Tuesday happened, I didn't even do it Tuesday morning because I was feeling off. But I decided to give myself rest and force myself to eat more. Because that's part of the journey, is to get healthy, right? That's the whole reason why I'm doing this thing, is to get healthier. It's not so much to get ripped, have those six-pack abs, and feel like I'm 17 again. It's so that way I can be there for my kids as they get older. It's so that way I have a better chance of living a longer, healthier life. And what I've been doing has not been healthy. I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a guy who did a bunch of research and made some sacrifices I shouldn't have been doing. And but I'm trying to correct that now. And I've been eating between 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day, which is where I should have been to start with. Maybe a little more, depending on my workout and stuff. But I'm trying to put stuff back into my body by natural means. I'm not going to do supplements and stuff like that. Not until I talk to my doctor anyways and figure out what she suggests that I do. It's possible that I did a fair amount of harm to myself and might need a little boosting my iron and protein and who knows what else. But we will see. Now that's me just being completely honest about what's been going on. It's not been a good week. Like, I was feeling so good last week and a lot of weeks before that because I was making progress. I was feeling good. I was feeling energetic and all that stuff. And then just one day, just hit me. And the energy was gone. It's been gone most of the week. Just been trying to recover and just focus on getting healthy. I went for a run last night. Went like 1.6 miles in a decent amount of time, but like, let me tell you, my body was not ready for that. And it's a mixture of both taking a time off of exercising and just I need to rehabilitate and take care of myself. And so, not really a great update, one I would like to normally have for this Sunday, or for any Sunday, but there it is. Don't be dumb. Take care of yourself. No, and that's something that one of the doctors told me. Like, I admitted that I lost 36 pounds, and they asked me, have you been taking diet pills? I'm like, no, of course not. Do you take stimulants? No, I don't drink caffeine. I don't, And the problem is, though, they didn't ask me how much I've been eating. And I probably should have been more honest, like, well, yeah, I've cut back a lot. And I'm just not hungry. And that's the big problem I had, too, is that I haven't been hungry since Monday. I started feeling hungry the first time yesterday. And I've just been forcing myself to eat. Which has been a little rough. But at the same time, it's like, look, I need to... I think I put my body in the starvation mode. And there's at that point, too, where if I ate a little more than I was doing, I would see the weight gain, because I think my body was just storing it. Like, it did not want to get rid of it. And that's probably part of the reason why I was dealing with fatigue and some other problems, too. But now, because I've been weighing myself throughout the week to see how I'm doing. And I've been pretty consistent. Like, yesterday, I actually was at 156.4. And that's after eating, or eating more than I have been. And so that concern of mine, of like, man, if I eat more, I'm going to gain weight. I don't want to do that. I've worked so hard to get where I'm at. I'll be fine. My body just needs to adjust and realize you're not starving it anymore. It's okay to eat these and burn off the excess calories and be fine. So, so that's where we're at. I'm a little lightheaded, probably from talking so much. I normally don't talk this much, and my lungs are a little tired. I got a little exercise this morning, but overall, my lungs are actually improving. I got out this like little test thing that I had back when I was 19, when I was first diagnosed with asthma and all that kind of stuff. And you like blowing it, and you like move this little dial, and it will say a number that you should be at for your age and gender and stuff, age and sex. And for the first time the other day, I tested it, and I was really close to the number I'm supposed to be at, and my lungs have not been that good ever. So this exercise and stuff that I'm actually doing to help with that is improving me. Unfortunately, I'm hurting myself with the other stuff, and that's what I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to get better about that. And nobody likes to feel fatigue. I went through that a long time with the sleep apnea going untreated. For 10 years, I went like an hour and a half of sleep a night. Really, really rough stuff. And so, since I should be past that with my treatment, I have my pacemaker. But when I'm getting the fatigue and stuff because I'm just not eating healthy, then I'm right back to where I was. And it's not fun. So, we're making a push to correct our mistakes and don't repeat what I did. Okay? If you need to talk to somebody about how to properly eat, I suggest you go find somebody that's a professional. Okay? The internet has lots of resources, but you need to find somebody that can monitor your body, and you need to listen to your own body as well. So, that's probably about all I'm going to go through this week, but we're going to try to get back on track and do the right thing now. And so, I will see y'all next week, and have a good one. Laters.